What are you doing? Hey. So, really glad planting is done.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's not as hazy, smoky. 4640 sitting out there. It's actually drying out a little bit. It did continue to rain last night, and not enough to really make any difference, but just enough to make switching seed. I'm glad I stopped when I did. And anybody who knows switching seed and wet seed, y'all agree. So today we got to finish that up. I do have to go to USDA for a meeting. I believe I'm going to them. I'm going to give them a call and just verify they're not coming here. That wouldn't make any sense. What else we got to do today? Finish planting. I don't know if I'm going to plant any more after that, so we will see what goes on. I'm just out here. Excuse me. How did you get out of here? Don't you start. Probably just walk through the fence or something. Is it still on? Might not even be on. Who knows? Free range. Kind of how we are. Says the fence is good. I'm gonna shut it off. We'll drop the fence so she can go back in. Well, we just had to lay the fence down. She walked back over. I wonder if she went down on that edge. I tried not to fence close enough to the edge. They could slip underneath, but they got plenty to eat. We do have some weeds in the pasture that, well, it goes back to pasture management. This stuff sat around for 2+ years. Stuff grows up in it that you don't want. Yeah, burdocks. I freaking hate burdocks. Oh, you got a new haircut? No, you're a different one. The other one's got a no ear tag. So, I'm thinking we're gonna have some babies here, some more babies. Which it was planned that these cows are all pregnant. So people have asked, how many are you getting? I honestly have no idea. I do not know my girlfriend's intentions. This winter, she had 100. I think she's at 75. The market, if you don't know, the market for beef animals is very, very high, like incredibly high. So yeah, selling some financially makes a lot of sense for her. So bought cow calf pairs and some steers, and then usually don't hold on to them for that long. But alrighty, let's go finish planting corn. Been long enough, right? We gotta figure out exactly what we're doing. We're doing all the channel in a row. So we planted one row, and I did leave enough that we can drive down and around. Somebody did have the good question of, if you're gonna plant stuff side by side, aren't you gonna cross pollinate, do this, do that? I'm not a seed specialist, but they have the male plants, and that's how they pollinate stuff and cross selections, and then they go in and they kill the male plants. So there's plant killers and whatnot, as far as a machine that literally goes down and destroys the plants. Then they top them or cut the tassels off. I know somebody's gonna put all the terminology down in the comments, so I appreciate that, because, well, I don't live in corn country where you see people that grow corn for the corn growers and do that. But let me throw some seed in. So channel, 3 things of channel, 2 things of seedway, because I did mess up and I planted all of the one variety, which I had 3 varieties, and then we'll do some master's choice as far as corn silage plots. So 3 grain corn plots and 5 corn silage plots. And the whole master's choice thing came about because if you're new to the channel, almost 3 years ago, I did a podcast with Master's Choice, and they're awesome people, and they got bought, but they're still in the role of managing stuff and doing the advertising. So they reached out to me and they said, hey, you want to run some plots for us? I said, abso-freaking-lutely. It definitely makes it a little easier when you're a 4-row. Since seed, you only have 4 to fill and remove, but we got it all leveled out. We should be okay here and going from there. Well, neighbor stopped in and introduced himself. I pretty much know everybody now. It is such a small world out here. So he lives up on the hill right there. And well, we got John, we got Wesley, Tucker, and family, and yeah, we got everybody. So we're loaded. We're just going halfway down. We made a strip across, and then from there it will we probably should phase the planter. We'll turn around, come back up, empty that out, and go from there. 2 done. Yep, that's what we like to see. So it's some effort to get this done, but at the end of the day, I think it's cool to see. For one, it's cool to support the companies and show different results. For 2, and honestly, it's a lot of learning because you get to compare side by side. You can look at 2 different fields as you drive by and you're like, yeah, they look good side by side. What's it look like? For those of you who don't know, I wasn't going to show you the whole process of switching out seed, but so you unclip the drive, unclip that, flip that up. From there, I'll set you guys down for a second. Actually, over here is probably better. So from there, you grab your seed box, try to get as much as you can in the bucket. And the problem with this is it loops up, so you got to do it multiple times. You hear them shaking around in there. Then I like to run the meter out, make sure it's all new seed in it. And then you got to line this back up with the engagement spot right here. So that's got a spring on it. If you forget to do it or don't engage it, then it doesn't really plant well. Then you lock it, and then you go down and do the 7 more. So it's a little bit of a process. Then you fill. We're done with the grain corn. So we did the Master's Choice, or we've done the channel, we've done the seedway. We got 5 bags of Master's Choice. We should have enough distance, I'm thinking. We're gonna be close, but and the Master's Choice we'll chop off, but I'd like seeing a comparison side by side. Master's Choice does have some varieties that do very well in high moisture corn aspects as far as digestibility of the whole plant and the whole ear. So that's why I'm doing some of that. Plus, probably next year I will plant some more Master's Choice. I got to figure out the varieties and everything else like that. I don't know how much corn silage I'm going to chop. That was my thing. So I didn't want to plant corn silage varieties and then not have the silo empty or have more of it and then sit around on it, and you know. Correction, I got 3 varieties. I got 2 bags that are the same as other varieties. This might get a little rowdy. So we got a 86 day, 110 day, and 105. I don't think that's what we talked about, but it is what it is. It's an 88 day and 105. It is silage varieties. So I don't think the 110 is going to make it, but we'll put it in and we'll see. I decided the 110, there's not enough growing day up here and we're further along on planting. We're not late, by the way. Frank's planted some. There's still they planted some. They're going, I think tomorrow they'll start really going into it. So honestly, and they're also grain corn people, you just got to know what you're doing, which I have zero idea what I'm doing, but I'm still out here doing it, so be wary of that. But yeah, there's still people planting corn. There's in a lot of places, like in places that should have been done a while ago. It's just the nature of it. So we're gonna skip planting the 110. We'll just plant the 105 day, and then we'll finish up. There's a few passes. I'll throw some seed back in, and then we'll be done planting, at least for now. I don't know if I'm gonna get that ground that I talked about the other day. He hasn't got back to me, and I'm not gonna push nothing We have put 34 hours on this tractor since we got it. Absolutely love it. Burned just over a tank of fuel. It's been good. Really glad I ended up with this tractor. I'm glad I took my time when I was out in Ohio and we stopped in at Ritzler. I think that's how you pronounce it. And Jimmy and Kenny. And honestly, this tractor is what they said it is. You getting out or are you staying in? Open the door for you, buddy. It's one owner. Is it perfect? No. But it's 82. Like, it's an 82. How many years? What are we, 2023? You guys can do the math. 40 something? So, we like our old equipment and we're not afraid to wrench on things, but this has been awesome. AC's been great. It's straight. Somebody touched up the paint here and there, and we got little stuff like the radio, which honestly just jam out. That's why I wear the headset a lot. Radio and lights. Honestly, I think that's it. Is there anything else? What are you doing? Hey. So, really glad planting is done. I believe, at least. I did put this in park, right? Yeah. It haunts you. So I'm really glad that planting's done. We'll get this thing washed up some. Yeah, we might have a few more acres to plant. I don't know. I haven't heard back from the gentleman, but I'm gonna jump on the bike, go get my pickup, because we got to get to Schoharie for USDA for a meeting and see what goes on there. I've never had to do this, but you say how many acres or what you put in where so that they have that record of it, especially because I do have USDA loans with the FSA. So we got quite a few acres of corn. We'll leave it at that. So great people here. Let's get out of here and get on with our day. What time is it? 2:40? Took 40 minutes, not bad. It's moisture. Yeah, it just taunted us today. Everything's parked up. Been a decent day. We might take the hay it's a cross elevator. Conveyor. The hay conveyor out of the top. The manure gutter cleaner. The actual ramp. That will be leaving tomorrow is the plan. So that will give us a lot more room for... What are you doing up there? So that cow's out again. I'm gonna go with it's the same one. You have so much grass down here and you go up there. So the plan is to get all the pasture lines fenced in nicely, get everything electrified, and go from there. But just check it on them. Rain went south of us. It really, well, as you see, didn't do nothing. How did you get up there? You with the hairdo. Alrighty. I'm gonna get her in for the second time today. I think it's the second time today. They got so much grass down here. She decided she needed to go up there. Unless her calf is up there. What are you doing with the... Do you see the hairdo? Show everybody your hairdo today. Everybody loves it. The tube of you loves it. So, alrighty. I'm gonna deal with some ranching things. We're definitely in a better place, but she must have just... Yeah, walked through or done something. I don't know. Appreciate you guys watching along, and a little short video. I'm hoping somebody else calves, because having calves on the farm, it's a good time. See you guys on the next one. Oh. Pond looks good though. You will graze this one day. Today is not that day though.